as many by the hundreds, and I might even guess even by the thousands, are coming out to mourn. I'm told that people are gathered around television sets on streets across this nation. We're getting reports from our affiliated stations that the entire country is now in a bit of shock to learn that Michael Jackson, one of the greatest performers of all time, maybe the most famous man on the face of planet Earth, died today at the age of 50. Stations will be joining us across the country and around the world now as we continue our coverage on the O'Reilly Factor. That there was a loud groan that went out across Times Square. It's also on the Fox News homepage now, as it is across social messaging sites around the world. It ground the internet down to just a trickle. Broadband service was very slow, we're told, in the minutes after the announcement of his passing, and now people are on music sites picking up Michael Jackson music as the entire world mourns the loss of, as I've said many times, what may be the most famous man on planet Earth. One of his friends, Deborah Opry, a former Jackson family attorney who was one to confirm the passing of Michael Jackson to us today. Deborah, it was a shocking thing to hear.
We lost a legend today. It's the family is devastated, and Beverly Hills came to a stop. The world came to a stop. We lost a great person.
Well, I wonder if we know anything about his health in recent days and weeks.
I'm not going to comment on that. I just don't think it's appropriate. I wanted to come on and let everyone know that the family, they're in shock, and he was well loved. And there were three things that meant the most to Michael Jackson: his family, his music, and his fans. And I was praying that this concert, these series of concerts, would happen, because I thought a whole new chapter would open for him.
And Deborah, it's my understanding that he really believed that it would as well, that he was working to put together what he called the perfect concert tour.
It's not only something he believed, all the reinforcement was there. It was clearly evident that this was going to be a wave of a whole new chapter. He was finally going to put all that garbage behind him from Santa Maria in that courtroom, and he was going to get back on top, and I was hoping that
how influential his work was as an African-American artist, and that, so many people did emulate him over the years. I think that's a really important distinction to make. And another interesting point as well, when we were first covering his comeback tour in London, a lot of people were questioning who would want to go spend that type of money to see that tour, travel that distance when he might be unreliable, given his legal history and that sort of thing. And a lot of people flooded me with comments saying, in Europe, we viewed him differently. We're much more forgiving of things. We saw him first and foremost as an icon and as an artist and as a singer, and that's really him to this day, despite the troubled passing. You get a much greater sense of what he brought to the table and why we're remembering him like we are right now.
The business sense that Jerry Kramer referred to, the man who joined us, who directed the making of video for the Thriller video, the John Landis Spectacular, that was one of the landmark moments of their careers, and certainly the concept of music video, which I think people still remember music video.
Because you and I reported a lot about this around Anna Nicole Smith, is that we may never really know the answer to the question I think you're asking, which is, are we going to have a definitive cause of death here? Cardiac arrest is the cause of death, but as to what sort of caused that to happen now, we may never really know the answer. What will likely happen is he'll likely get an autopsy.
This is the final curtain call. Okay? And I'll see you in July.
And this is a live picture. We're waiting for the Michael Jackson family to host a news conference, and if they do it during our program, we're going to try to bring it to you live. And now, moving on. All right, so the recession is over.